Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone. How are you? Okay, in this video, let's discuss about the cell references we use in the formulas, right? Because in our previous video, we used absolute address while doing the conditional formatting, B2. You remember? And the B2 was the purchase order, right? In the conditional formatting, when we were doing, we wrote the formula something like this: the integer, then $B2, that is absolute address, right? And if we don't use $sign, so that is called, it is relative cell address. So what is the difference and why, when to use absolute address and when not to use? So to give you an example, if I want to copy, the unit cost here, so what would I do? Equal to this, and I will write E2, right? The system has already written. I can also write E2. It is of the same, it will do the same, right? If so, it will go to E2 location and okay. So, and if so this is relative address. And if I use $sign, right, $2, it will also bring the same thing. So what is the difference? The difference is that when I don't use the $sign in it, I'm not using $sign, it is E2, right? And I copy it downwards. So the formula will change itself relatively. If it is being copied downwards, E2 will become E3. If we go further, E3 will become E4, right? This is E4, right? And this is why it is happening, because we have not used the $sign. If we use the $sign here, we make it absolute by pressing F4 in the edit mode, right? Now, if we copy it, it will always remain E2, whether we copy it downwards or rightwards. It will always remain the E2 because of these $signs, right? So this is to have the dollar means we are using absolute addresses. So you know what is as absolute cell address when we use F4 to place the dollars in it. And now why there are $2? The one is for the column, the other is for the row. Column is E, means don't change E. And 2 is the row. And putting a dollar means don't change the row, right? If we omit E from here, only keep $1 with E, that is column, and we remove the $sign for the row, what would happen when we copy? It will bring the E2 will become E3, and E3 will become E4 as we copy downwards, right? Right? And if we copy rightwards, what would happen? Since we have used the $sign with the column, means by putting a $sign with the column, we are saying do not change the column. If we copy the cell, do not change the column, right? So let's remove this dollar sign, right? And here, so, and now if we copy it rightwards, so we are saying, okay, as we are copying rightwards, change E to F. And you see, this is F now. You double click here, this is F. Change F to G. Change H, G to H. Because it is relative now. Relative to the direction which is in which it is being copied, right? So far so good. Okay. Now let's make a formula so that we better understand it, the dollar sign concept, the absolute address, okay? So let's make the amount columns. So amount is the quantity is 10, unit cost is this, so this multiplied by, yeah, this multiplied by, we are not writing 10, we are writing D2, right? So that when it is copied, when it is copied downwards, the respective quantity is multiplied by the price. This is due to the relative addresses, right? Okay. Now, this is relative. Now let's use the absolute address here to make a running total, right? Let me shift this a bit, right, so that it does not disturb us here. Okay. Okay. So this is a running total. Running total. If we press Alt or Enter, then it will wrap down, okay, line feed. It will insert a right total, running total, right? Okay. Now the running total is this, that you say equal to for example, first of all, we start from here, right? The first running total is this, is there, okay? The other is this plus this, okay? So this is how it is telling, it is increasing with each entry with the amount, right? And the amount is increasing. So in the end, you know that the total of we have $40,000 total in the end. So to cross check, we can click here. So this total is also the same, right? 40,952, and this is running total 40,000. On every row, it is telling you until here that much has happened, right? Okay. Now we want that for the given product, how much have we done? So this is a sum if formula, right? For this product, for example, if we say, so first is we say equal to sum if. Sum if is the function which allows you to do the conditional totaling, right? So on the basis of certain criteria, we are doing the sum if, right? Okay. So the range is where we want to range. So here comes the absolute address, right? We want here, right? We want from here, and we put a F4 here so that it becomes absolute, right? And we use the colon, yeah, so that it becomes our range, yeah. So the colon is also this. So we make this range to be F4, means absolute, in such a manner that it keeps the total one row above, right? We are writing this on two. Oh, hang on, sorry. First of all, make sure that you are on row number 2. Huh? Yeah. This sometimes happens when you are screen share. Okay, so let me write it again. Equal to sum if, starting the bracket, the range is this colon, we put a colon here, right? And then we make a F4 here, right? Okay, in such a manner that we remove the second portion of the range with the dollars, right? Yeah. Okay. So in this range, we are finding what? We are finding the criteria that this product. Okay. So whatever is the product, yes, yeah. And what we are going to sum. Now we put a comma here. Yeah. We put a comma to tell you the sum range. The sum range is here. The sum range is this total, right? So we put here, we make sure it is a comma. This is comma, right? Yeah, okay. And here we put colon I1. Okay. Bracket. Okay. So here we will use F4 in such a manner, in the similar manner, that the first portion will be absolute, the other will be relative. Right? In the criteria range, in the range and the criteria, we will use the absolute start and relative end. And in the sum range also, absolute start and relative end. So this is going to give you for the moment a 0. Okay? This is going to give you a 0. And then, right, this is a 0. And in this, we are going to add the current unit cost, right? So this is the total as of this stage, purchase order number 1, right? Now, if we copy it downwards, look what happens. This is 17. Well, into 10, 174, right? And this is 174. Okay. 17.44. Why is it? because we have made the sum range is here. This is our sum range, 174. Okay. So the sum range is I2, right? 174, 174. Plus, okay. So this is, we are adding this one, not, we have to add this E. Instead of E, we will add I. Yeah, this is the right one, okay? So 154, that's right, okay. Now, 174, okay? Now, whenever the next range comes, it will tell you until now this product total is at that juncture, yani at this point, for example, okay? For example, here, okay? So you will see this is 20, and it is saying that until now it is now 40, whereas the amount is 20, but until now it is 40. You can check it. You see, this is 20 and 20 is making it 40, right? So it is saying sum if one above, yeah, ranging above one above, yeah, and find it out how much amount have been ordered before this transaction. So we are on row number 17. So until 16, there are 20, and 20 plus 20 is 40, right? So this is the use of absolute addresses. You have to practice it to so much, and you have to determine where to use it and where to use the absolute addresses and where not to use the absolute address. Here we not to use the absolute address. The absolute range will be here because we need to know that any given point of time until before this stage, how much smoked salmon have been sold, right? So that sum if brought the figure 20, and that is verifiable. Straight away you see 20 correctly then. Okay, so this is the total. And this row is telling you how much total for this product has been ordered, right? So since this is a purchase order, right? So how much material for each material, the respective total is shown with the running total, right? The running total is the amount so far received, right? Without any taking into the consideration whether it is it is some product or not, means whatever the product it is, irrespective of the product name. But here, with respect of the product name, how much total has so far been, including this 34. So it is 34 in the beginning, right? And when it will reach to the next mix, this is a mix, yeah. It is 52 is still there. So we look let's target it that we are looking for this product, which is 5 quantity, and 5 and this is $34, right? And 34 is 34, right? So let's find out where is it located into the next subsequence and see Control F, Control V, it will take you here. So 34 were before, right? And this time again 34, right? And we copy the formula, right? So this is row number 59, okay? So 34 and 34, 34.90, okay. So 59, on the 59 you will see row number 59, this 34 is added with the previous 34 and making you 69. So this is the useful function of SUMIF, which with the absolute addresses for the start of range and relative address for the end of range, right? And that gives you gets you a figure, and that is added to its respective current figure and gives you the total. So I will provide this file in the link of the video. I hope you will find it useful. Thank you very much.